I'm not going to be the only one who had to just experience this. So I'm reading The Mysterious Society for Lady Scoundrel of Lady Scoundrels. Oh God. And they're attempting to not steal the house of this Lady Armitage, but get her to help them. And if she won't help them, then they're going to steal the house. Anyway, she has a key to her flying house. They need the key. Luca thought he had the key. He had the key to where the key is, and he previously had asked, "Where's the key?" And she said, "You don't want to know." Well, now we find out, and this is how we find out. Once standing, her hair quivering, Lady Armitage, she extended her hand palm up. After a moment of reluctance, Signora De Luca surrendered the key into it. Turning away, she lifted her skirts, rummaging beneath them. Metal scraped against metal. Ned, who is Signor De Luca, looked at Cecilia, an eyebrow raised. "Chastity belt," she mouthed, and his face contorted in horror. It gets better. Lady Armitage turned back, smoothing her skirts and holding up a small, golden, slightly damp key. "We sail at once," she pronounced in a ringing voice. "No one kills Jemima Darlington but me."
Driving real slow on the passenger side. I couldn't be your sunshine. We're up in the air, but I'm down for the ride. I couldn't be your sunshine. Yeah. Every time you get in line, baby, give me a raise. Give me a raise. Every time you get in line, living for lazy days, up in a daze. Ooh, driving down the 405, never feel so alive. Yeah. Ooh, every time I'm all alone.
Okay, welcome to the channel. I think this is my first, speaking clip of the vlog. I am headed to the gym for my Sunday workout, and I wanted to update on what I have read so far. This is the first week of February, and I have read two things, one of which is a manga, that is the Evil Secret Society of Cats, and I'll talk about that at the end of the month. But the other thing I read was my first read for Blackathon. Blackathon? Is there a There is. Anyway, it's my first read for that, and that is Neighborly by Katrina Jackson. Okay, I'm interrupting Sarah from the past. This is Sarah 5 minutes in the future because I realized I didn't tell you what Neighborly was. I am at the gym and there is a gentleman in the car next to me. I am certain he's looking at me, but I refuse to acknowledge him. Neighborly. I don't remember anyone's names because I'm already bad with names, and this book was only 127 pages. It's about a boxer and his girlfriend. The girlfriend is the main point of view character at the beginning. They move into a new apartment complex thing. Is it called a duplex? Where it's a house, divided down the middle? And the couple next door is the other point of view woman. They have an open marriage, and she is very into other women, but she's very, still married to him. They have a very open and loving relationship, and she is very into our main-ish character. So the two women hook up with full consent of their husbands, and it's all about the four of them kind of making this polyamorous unit. And that is the summary of Neighborly that I did not give you. So back to past Sarah. I thought this was super, super fun. There was a lot of sex in it. Maybe more than I anticipated, which is fine. It's more than I thought there would be. But I really liked the depiction of celebrity life and how it made, what was her name? Hope? Mercy? The main female lead, the main perspective we get early on. The anxiety that came with that, with always being in the spotlight of her husband or her boyfriend, and his fame, and how that reflected onto her, and how she had to always show up and dress a certain way and be aware and that sort of thing. I really liked that and the introspectiveness of that. And then I really liked the communication between the couples and then between the two couples themselves. All that was really, really well done. And this whole thing was like low to no angst. So it was just a fun, spicy read. I managed to snag today a pre-order of the special edition of Frontier that I was very excited about last week. And I am currently reading Black Guy Dies First. I can't remember the authors on that, but I'll try to put up a picture. And I am going to, at the gym, probably work on Worth It, I think is the name of the other one I'm reading right now. If I don't read that, I will pick up, I'll work on Babel, maybe. I'm very slowly working on that. But physically, I'm still working on the Wisteria Society of something ladies. I am not all here. We had pizza and then went for a long walk, so like I'm already tired. So the gym is gonna be a struggle bus, but gotta do what we gotta do. So I will check in again next time.
Pick up the phone, and I'm ringing it for you. And I'm ringing it for you. Driving real fast.
So this is the final clip of my weekend review for the first week of February. This is the second time I have filmed this clip because the first one corrupted for whatever reason. So, put my coffee down because Lord do I need it. The first book, I'm not going to talk about this very much, but I finished this yesterday. And that is The Husky and His White Cat Shizun. The author is here on the top. I am not going to try to say his name because or her name. Don't actually know. I think it might be a he based on the back, but I'm not sure. Don't want to butcher their name. I really loved this. I gave this 5 stars. I fully intend on picking up the second book. It was fantastic, and I will talk about this more in my Donmei vlog, which goes up on Monday. I am so happy that that's done. You will see my library in its final completed state in that vlog as well if you're interested. But this was a total win. In fact, all of the Donmei that I read for that vlog, I really liked. So I'm looking forward to reading more in the genre and reading more of these series. So like I said, I won't talk about that much, but I really did love it. The other physical book that I finished was The Wisteria Society for Lady Scoundrels by India Holton. This was absolutely absurd and ridiculous. It was maybe a hair too much, but I still had such a fun time. I mean, I clearly tabbed a bunch of stuff. This also gets the award for the most awkward sex scene I have ever read, and I am choosing to believe that was on purpose. That she wrote that scene intending it to feel that awkward because Cecilia in this book is that awkward. So this is the story of Lady Cecilia, who has been raised by her aunt, great aunt, as a lady scoundrel. She is a member of the Wisteria Society for Lady Scoundrels. She's wanting to become an elder member, so she has her, basically the rights or the ability to fly her own house. She currently flies her great aunt's house when allowed. The Society for Lady Scoundrels all fly their own houses. They rob and steal from those that they want to, but they are also proper Victorian ladies. It is ridiculous. The beginning clip of this vlog, I believe, gives you a small taste of that. Also, I would like to add Queen Victoria flies Windsor Castle and is quite the character. She cracked me up. Was that Victoria? I think that was Victoria. My favorite character by far was Pleasance, who was totally off the wall. May have been talking to ghosts, or may just been talking to other voices in her head. I don't know, but I loved her, and I loved her attitude, and I loved her gung-ho mentality. Pleasance was the best character. Had a lot of fun with this. I ended up giving this 4 stars. I'm definitely continuing with the series. It did take me a while to read because the level of absurdity was just line by line. I'm willing to bet this makes a good audiobook. Let me know down below if you know for sure or if you've tried it on audio. But just so much fun. So much fun. And the last book that I finished yesterday night was The Black Guy Dies First. And I cannot remember the gentleman, the doctor who wrote this. I will put a screen up here, or a picture up here. This is a nonfiction essay collection that explores roles, stereotypes, and just like trends with African Americans, black people in horror movies. And this is coming from 1967 to 2020. So this is a broad swath of horror movies. It follows along with indie trends and major motion pictures. It was absolutely fascinating. I 100% am not a hardcore horror or movie fan. I barely watch any TV. However, I do enjoy horror movies from time to time. And I think the last one I watched, this gives you any indication of the level of fandom I am, which is like 2. The last horror movie I watched was Jordan Peele's Nope and loved it. I don't really see how you could watch that and not enjoy it. And it talks about his Get Out several times at length in this. It's a good example of different things. And I intend on watching that this weekend with my husband and our best friend. So I'm going to educate myself there. I wanted to read this mainly because this is a topic that I find interesting, even if I'm not super versed in it. And the writing style in this and the way the information was delivered made it incredibly readable, incredibly informative, and it was absolutely hilarious at times. There were times where he would say something or write a line and I would find myself laughing out loud. And I sent several quotes to my husband as well. I was like, read this, because he is much more a horror fan than I am. But a great nonfiction read. It's one I highly recommend for nonfic readers, horror fans, anything like that, even if you're a beginner to the genre like myself. What I'm currently reading, I'm still working on The Fellowship of the Ring. I'm supposed to be buddy reading this again with my husband and best friend. Not doing good. So I need to dedicate some time to this. So this will be my dedicated like physical book read for a while. Aside from a vlog project, which I'm starting today, and this. I'm just an issue and a half into this collection, A Jedi's Purpose. This is the Star Wars Obi-Wan collection that came out, I believe, in 2020. And there's just 5 issues in this, just talking about Obi-Wan, his history, and different parts of his life. The next physical Star Wars book comes out, I think it's next month. So I want to get this read, and hopefully one more of the physical, like, High Republic, I'm looking at them, they're just past the camera, High Republic books that I haven't read yet. So I wanted to get this done. So I'll probably finish this today or tomorrow. It's very short. Besides that, there was one manga I read. I'll talk about that in a different clip for the Manga Monday. But that is it for this week in review vlog. Let me know if you guys have read any of these things. What did you think? Do you have any suggestions based on what I've read? Any Dawn May series that I didn't try that I need to pick up, because I really loved the ones I did try. So that is it for me today for this week, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye!